Hello. Welcome to Diversus channel. In this video, the incredible story of the life of the great Pharaoh. Are you ready to become Pharaoh of Egypt one day? I hope you like this video. If you were an Egyptian Pharaoh for a day, you might have a happy and somewhat difficult day. Managing this 5,000-year-old civilization should not be easy. Another exciting video is waiting for you. Please stay with us until the end of the video. To get other undiscovered secrets, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you. Early life. The great Pharaoh of Egypt is one of the most iconic and renowned figures in ancient history. Little is known about the early life of this legendary ruler, but it is believed that he was born around 3100 BCE and reigned for nearly 3 decades. He was likely born in the city of Thinis near Abydos, and from a young age, he was destined to be an influential figure in Egyptian society. As a young prince, the pharaoh received an education that was befitting of his royal status. He studied the essential skills needed to lead a nation such as mathematics, economics, architecture, and philosophy. The pharaoh was also deeply religious and had a strong belief in polytheism, which was the worship of many gods. During his early years, the pharaoh demonstrated an immense intelligence and leadership potential. By the time he reached adulthood, he had already established himself as an influential figure in Egyptian politics. He began to set up a powerful network of allies who would eventually help him ascend to the throne of Egypt. This momentous event marked the beginning of the pharaoh's reign and the start of his legacy. Rise to power. The ascent of the great pharaoh to power began with his appointment as the Prince of Egypt by his father, Pharaoh Amenhotep IV. This marked the beginning of a reign that was characterized by an unprecedented level of consolidation and centralization of power. Through a series of reforms, the great pharaoh sought to unite the previously fragmented nation under his rule and strengthen its unity. Among these reforms was the establishment of a new religion, known as Atenism. It recognized the sun god Aten as the sole creator and sustainer of life, which made it a powerful tool for unifying the disparate cultures of Egypt. The pharaoh also moved the royal palace to a new city in the Nile Delta, called Akhetaten, now Tel El Amarna. He also moved all major temples and cults to this new capital, eliminating much of the opposition to his rule. In addition to these political measures, the pharaoh was also highly skilled in military tactics and strategy. He led numerous campaigns against hostile nations, expanding Egypt's borders and increasing its wealth. Under his leadership, Egypt became one of the most powerful nations in the ancient world. His rule was also marked by cultural advancements and achievements, such as the introduction of hieroglyphics, the development of Egyptian literature, and advances in art and architecture. The great pharaoh remains one of the most renowned and influential rulers in Egyptian history. Later years. During the later years of his reign, the pharaoh continued to consolidate power and expand his kingdom. He extended Egypt's borders to include Nubia and Canaan, creating a powerful empire. The pharaoh also maintained close diplomatic relations with the powerful Hittite Empire in Asia Minor. His later years were marked by the completion of major construction projects including the pyramids of Giza and the Great Sphinx. The pharaoh was renowned for his devotion to the gods and goddesses of the Egyptian pantheon, performing elaborate rituals and creating numerous temples dedicated to them. His rule was one of piety and prosperity, and it was during this period that Egyptian culture flourished. He was revered as a powerful leader and credited with ensuring peace and order throughout Egypt. The pharaoh passed away in 1213 BCE and his death ushered in a period of mourning throughout the land. His son and heir, Ramses II, was crowned the new pharaoh and succeeded in maintaining his father's legacy. Death and legacy. The death of the great pharaoh remains something of a mystery, as there is no official record of when or how it occurred. Some historians believe he died in his 70s, while others have speculated he was much older. Regardless of his age at the time, his reign spanned over 2 decades and left a lasting legacy on Egypt and its people. The pharaoh's death marked the end of an era. In his wake, he left behind an impressive array of accomplishments that remain in place to this day. He is credited with unifying Egypt into one cohesive kingdom and overseeing the construction of a vast network of public works, including irrigation systems, temples, and roads. He also oversaw a period of religious and cultural consolidation that helped to shape ancient Egyptian society. His death ushered in a new age of stability, prosperity, and power. By establishing a strong central government, the pharaoh helped to guarantee that Egypt would remain unified and powerful for centuries to come. His legacy can still be seen in modern-day Egypt, where the monuments and artifacts left by him remain as a testament to his reign. Consolidation of power. The great pharaoh's consolidation of power came in 2 stages. Firstly, when he established a centralized government in Egypt, and secondly when he declared himself the divine ruler of the country. In terms of the former, The pharaoh managed to unite all of Egypt's major provinces and cities under his rule and strengthened ties between them. He also created an army loyal to him and a taxation system that supported his rule. The great pharaoh then declared himself a living god and assumed the title of pharaoh. This served to firmly cement his power, as he now had complete control over the country and could no longer be challenged. He was worshipped throughout Egypt and became known as one of the most powerful rulers in history. The pharaoh's reign was filled with military conquests, architectural accomplishments, economic success, and more. Under his rule, Egypt prospered and continued to expand its territory. His consolidation of power was so effective that his successors were able to continue ruling with relative ease for centuries afterwards. In conclusion, the great pharaoh is remembered today as one of the most successful rulers in history. His consolidated power allowed him to govern a unified Egypt while also achieving numerous other accomplishments during his lifetime. He is a testament to what can be achieved with strong leadership and a will to succeed.